What's going on, guys? Alex at Tech. How you doing? Exciting day at the office today as we just got our Pixelbook Go in the mail. And you know me, I love Chromebooks, so it's going to be very fun. Let's unbox this thing. So the box is very familiar to us because we've seen a lot of these Google products before, but it is a little wider because it is a 16:9 aspect ratio now and not the square aspect ratio. Yeah, very clean on the back. They're really trying to hammer how portable this device is, so we're gonna check it out right now. Just to show you guys the specs really quick, we have the 8th gen Intel Core M3 processor, so this is the cheapest configuration. Has 8 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of SSD, and a full HD screen. There we go. Here is the Pixelbook in this black color. The black color is the only one that's available right now. The pink one should be coming out relatively soon, but you can get this one right now. And here we go. Here is the Pixelbook Go. Wow, look at that. That is not very impressive right off the bat. At least not for me. I mean, coming from the Pixelbook, the original one, that blew you away a little bit. Now, on the bottom here, we have this new design, this rich, textured feeling. It's supposed to help with the grip. We have not seen this before on any laptop. But when Google showed this off, I was like, I don't really know how I feel about this. We're gonna let you know in our full review after using it for a while. Let's see if it really does help with the grip. Now, onto the front side, we have this magnesium alloy matte finish here. And this matte finish makes this feel less premium than it actually is, especially for the price point, especially coming from the Pixelbook and also the Pixel Slate. The build quality, initially, once you pull it out of the box, you feel like, wow, this is a very expensive device. I personally don't feel that way right now holding this. It is relatively light though, so that's pretty cool. The Google logo up here, I kind of wish they also would color this, kind of like on the box here with the Google colored layout, but it's just a plain gray to fit in with this. Let's open this really quickly. So they made a big deal about how this is easily openable with one finger, and I just did that, so that's pretty cool. So they distributed the weight pretty well. And there we go. That is the Pixelbook right there with the keyboard. It is booting up instantly. That's what I love about Chrome OS. Every Chromebook does that. Huge trackpad. The trackpad, if it's anything like the Pixelbook, the first generation one, I will be pretty happy because that was a terrific glass trackpad. So far, right off the bat, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this right now. It's a little wider than the Pixelbook one because the Pixel one was more of a square. But anyway, let's go through the rest of the stuff in the box before we really dive into this. So packaging wise, it's very reminiscent of all the other Chromebooks from Google that we get. We get some stickers. We have like a get started guide, nothing much in here. Then of course we have our power brick. It's a C brick just like last year and the year before that. And C to C, so no A on these, which is fine. That's how Google does things. So I turned off the lights really quick. We're gonna check out the backlit keyboard. So right now it is completely off. And then now I'm gonna bring it up all the way, and now the keyboard is lit. It's backlit, just the letters. It is a better contrast than the first generation Pixelbook. That was one of my complaints on the first gen one, was that the keys were white, and it was hard to see the backlit keys because the lettering merged with the actual keys. Now it's black, good contrast, it's easier to see, especially if it's lit in the dark. And yes, we do indeed have a touchscreen on this 13.3-inch LCD display. So just like the Pixelbook, the original one, and also the Pixel Slate, it is a touchscreen. What this doesn't have compared to the first-gen Pixelbook and also the Pixel Slate is the flexibility to push it all the way back like a tablet. This is as far as the hinge will let you go. Full traditional laptop. This is a traditional style laptop and not a 2-in-1 convertible. And so that's a little interesting why Google decided to do that, especially since they had that identity already marked with the Pixelbook. But yeah, nonetheless, we do have the touchscreen, so that's a good thing. Just going over some of the ports we have on the Pixelbook Go. We have a USB-C port on one side with a headphone jack right next to it. So we do have a 3.5mm headphone jack. And then on the other side, we have another USB-C port. So that is good. You can charge it from either side. You can also use one to charge and the other you can plug in a dongle or a mouse or any accessory you need. So really nice to have at least two USB-Cs. The Pixelbook Go weighs in at 2.3 pounds, so just slightly over 2 pounds. Very light, easy to hold right now in my hand, which I like. I do like portability. I don't like the name Pixelbook Go though. I don't really like that Go moniker. I didn't like it with the Surface Go. I'm not really sure I like it with this one. All right, cool, it's ready to go. It's all set up. This actually took a little longer than I usually have with Chromebook setups. Chromebook setups less than 3 minutes and it's usually good. This one took like, what was that, like 7 minutes? Had some updates right off the bat, which is cool. I like updates to fix whatever initial bugs there are. But here we go. This is the Pixelbook Go in all its glory. It's working right now and we are right back at home with Chrome OS. So one thing I like about hands-on videos or unboxing videos that we do, well, okay, my wallpaper just updated. This is my previous wallpaper from my other Chromebook, which was the Slate. One thing I like about Chromebooks is there's not much we need to talk about in unboxing videos because Chrome OS is the same exact thing on every single laptop, every single Chromebook. So there's not much you need to talk about. And then as far as specs goes, all the specs are relatively the same on the Chromebooks too. This one, the Core M3, we have seen the Core M3 on other Chromebooks, so I am expecting quite decent performance on here. Actually, I just want to make a note of this as well. In my personal opinion, I feel like the Core M3 is the best spec you need to go up to, the best processor you need to go up to for Chromebooks. You know, I know the Core i5, and then you can even get an i7, but I have used an i5 on the Pixelbook, and I don't personally think you need to go that far up. Core M3, especially this year, I've noticed, and I've really tested these things out. I've had the Core i5, I had the Core M3 on multiple devices. I think the Core M3 runs really well on Chromebooks. I do have to say the Core M3 is not necessarily great if you're coming from Windows. For example, this Chewy AeroBook, this is a $400, $500 laptop, a really thin laptop. I've been reviewing this, but it runs Windows 10, and that thing runs a Core M3 as well. And the performance there, spoiler alert, if you're gonna watch my review later on, it's not that great. There's plenty of lag, it's noticeable stuff. However, I reviewed the X2 earlier this year from HP, which is another high-end premium Chromebook space. And then of course this one right here, the Pixel Slate, and these both have the Core M3 processor in it, and performance has been terrific. And I've used the Core M3 on Chromebooks for years now. It's not like just this year. Even back in, I think, 2016, the HP Chromebook 13G1 was also a Core M3, if I remember correctly. Same thing with the MacBooks. So if you have a 12-inch MacBook with a Core M3, it ran really well. I gave really good reviews to it. So of course, Windows is more difficult. There's a lot of things going on in Windows compared to a Chromebook. So once again, I do think that if you have a Chromebook, a Core M3 is really the top-end performance spec that you really need. You don't really need to go higher than that. Now, for those of you guys out there who are interested in Chromebooks, who have never had one, there is the App Store, the Android App Store, which is called the Google Play Store. You actually have that pre-installed on all Chromebooks nowadays. So most of the apps out there that I've used, they work relatively well. I mean, obviously there's gonna be still some issues. A few years in now, we still have some kind of aspect ratio problems on Chromebooks. You learn to live with these little things because you have so many apps. These are the exact apps you use on your phone, and the synergy between that and this is so easy. So as of right now, this is the only operating system that has something like this, where you have one universal app store. If you buy something like a MacBook, it has its own app store, so you can't use the same app store as the one on iOS, which supports iPhones and iPads. Now, just continuing with this overview, same as every single Chromebook, you pull up here and you have your app dock, your app drawer with all your apps. It quickly preloaded all my apps in that I have from my Chromebook Slate. And as you can see, all these Android apps I downloaded before, they're all back on here ready to go. It's pretty cool, and with my Google login, it's all ready to go. My Netflix account is logged in, Stardew Valley, I have all this stuff ready to go. On this side, you have the settings and your notifications. As you can see here, whatever notifications you have that will pop up from your Android apps and also Chrome OS will pop up there. We have our settings. You click on, just like on your phone, your Android phone, you click on that little gear icon and you have access to your settings menus. So that is pretty nice. I mean, this is simply Chrome OS. There's nothing different about this. Only thing we're going to talk about is the hardware right now, because the hardware is what we have to talk about with Chromebooks. So layout for this keyboard is a traditional keyboard layout with shortcuts at the top. We have all the easy access stuff that you need. Buttons are pretty clicky so far. It is relatively quiet, so people have been saying it's really, really quiet. It's a really quiet keyboard. I don't think it's that quiet. I mean, it's quiet, but some people are making it out to sound like it's really, really quiet. Sounds about the same as last year's Pixel Slate keyboard. Well, it's early on. I'll let you guys know in my full review what I actually think after using this every single day. And just like all the modern Chromebook layouts, we have our Google Assistant key. You click on it, you can actually talk to it, so you don't have to actually do anything to control your laptop. Very cool stuff. Google actually has improved a lot of things on the Chromebooks, and I'm very excited to test this out every single day and to see if I enjoy this, especially this ridge thing. This actually turned me off a lot initially when I saw it. We're gonna have to see if I like this or not. Once again, I'm Alex with Hypnotech. To satisfy your craving for Chromebooks before my review of this one comes out, go back and watch my Pixelbook review and also my Pixel Slate review. Those are up. I'll have a link below. And I'll see you guys in our full review of this one.
And that's it. Be sure to subscribe here. Hit the bell button so you don't miss any of our videos. And check out our other videos right here. Until next time,